white paper and greasy orange chili sauce. "I did not say speak, you skinny little turd. I said Mexican, as in a person from Mexico." "Yeah, I remember now, Geraldo. And this tamale looks real good." Kevin fumbled with the paper until he had secured it around what would be his lunch, then scattered change on the counter and pedaled away before the genuine Spick started throwing chili straight from the pot. "A total service supermarket with fully trained employees who are dedicated to your needs," Elsie McMay read, her head tilted back so she could see through her bifocals and also keep the perm solution from dripping into her ears and shorting out her hearing aid. She'd read about such a fatal tragedy in a tabloid and was always careful. She stopped to dab her forehead with a tissue, then met Estelle's gaze in the mirror. "Now, just where is Jim Bob finding these fully trained employees? At the Maggody Academy of Supermarket Studies?" "I couldn't say," Estelle said, more concerned with a pesky wisp of gray hair that seemed to have a mind of its own. "Rumor has it Dahlia's going back to work for him, and as the head cook in the deli, if you can imagine that. Dahlia O'Neill couldn't heat up a can of corn. Remember when she worked at the Quick Screw? All she ever did was stuff candy bars in her face and guzzle orange soda pop. It wasn't any mystery to me why she topped 300 pounds a few years back. I once asked her real nicely where to find the kitchen matches, but I might as well have asked her in some foreign language like French." "Or German," Estelle mumbled through a bobby pin between her lips. "Or Swedish." "Or American." Estelle started chuckling, and then so did Elsie, and the bobby pin fell on the floor and the little pink curler unwound of its own accord. But neither one of them cared at that moment, because of Estelle's undeniable wit. "Open from 7 in the morning till 9 at night," Buzz Milvin read aloud, his frown getting deeper by the word. He aimed it in the direction of his mother-in-law, who was on the settee reading the directions on a bottle of medicine, guaranteed to make her regular. "But that don't make no sense, Lilith. When Jim Bob hired me on as night manager, I could have sworn he said the store was going to be open later than that." "Doesn't change your salary, does it?" Lilith said, more interested in the promises she'd just read. "No, but—" Buzz took a long swallow of beer as he scratched his head. "Well, it's just that I thought I'd be overseeing the cash register lines and okaying checks and making sure the employees stayed busy. Jim Bob said he was real impressed with how I'd been line foreman at the plant for more than 4 years now. The money's still good, but I'm wondering if I'm going to be a manager or a custodian." "Excuse me, Buzz, but I've got business to attend to." Lilith headed for the kitchen. "Jim Bob's in for a surprise if he thinks I'm mopping any floors," he said to himself, since he was the only one in the room, except for his daughter, Lissy, who was in the corner whispering to her doll. "I worked my way up to line foreman because I was willing to assume responsibility and keep the line at top productivity. Had to keep the guys happy, the production supervisors happy, the front office happy." He finished the beer, then, with slow deliberation, crumpled the can in his hand. Lissy flinched at the sound, but she didn't say anything. She hardly ever did. Brother Verber, the spiritual leader of the Voice of the Almighty Lord Assembly Hall, was reading, too, but he wasn't exactly reading the full-page ad in the weekly newspaper, nor was he fretting about the impact of Jim Bob's SuperSaver Buy for Less on the various citizens of Maggody, not even those in his flock. He was doing research. He was doing this on his couch, with the fan whirring and a pint jar of iced tea handy on the floor beside the couch. He was doing this in his pastel blue boxer shorts and nothing else, due to the heat in the silver trailer parked beside the assembly hall, and the intense nature of his study material. To be honest, as all God-fearing folks should be, even during the week he wasn't reading so much as looking, because the study material leaned heavily in the direction of photos.